everybody. How are y'all this morning?
Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
actually here this week. Isn't that something?
Huh.
Good Lord.
You had to be an adult
I
last week.
well, I mean, I still have to be an adult. I just chose now to postpone being an adult for just a few hours,
Yep.
doing non-adult things. So, how have you been, Ab Mickey?
I mean, I had a migraine Thursday, but other than that, I've been pretty good.
I'm trying not to be spoiled by all this shit that I apparently have missed in the past 2 weeks, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
at
because like
least.
you're at least. So as we were patiently waiting, to start, I went on Twitter. I didn't even realize
Mm.
that the Owl House is actually trending today.
Yeah, it is.
I'm spoiling myself. Not really, but a little bit, because there just says it's like the hashtag more the Owl House. And apparently I've
Mm.
missed out on a lot. I
Oh,
don't know what the
yeah.
fuck's going on, but I've missed out on so much and I need to watch it.
You
I just
do.
don't have the time.
Me and
I
my
don't have the
husband have
time.
Me and my husband have been catching up. It's like, well, I'll come home on Friday. We'll watch Bad Batch, and when we eat breakfast in the
Mm,
morning before the podcast, we'll watch Owl House. So we like just watched the latest episode.
damn. I
And
missed out.
like this season is like a powerhouse of a season, but like the
Oh,
last
I bet.
four, definitely last three, but the last four episodes have been like heavy hitters. Like, holy shit, they've actually done this. Holy shit, they're actually doing that. Holy shit.
But it's not, is it over already? The
No,
second season?
I don't
Okay.
no, this was definitely not like a season finale. This is, no. We still got some time before
Okay,
the
okay.
season finale, but holy shit. Holy shit. But what was the season finale was the episode of Bad Batch last night.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, so that was the final season finale because I think about 2 weeks ago, I believe, I thought that was the season finale, but it's not.
That was our understanding is that episode 14 was going to be the season finale. But no, we got
We
oh,
got
okay. Sorry, I was reading Nauseum. In case
oh
it was
yeah.
like very important for Bad Batch. But um like we get two extra episodes and it's good. Like, oh look, there's some moments that are just so beautifully shot that it's like it's not fair that this is a like animated show.
No, it should be fair. I want more. I want them to push the limits of what animation could be so that we can finally have really good animation.
Nauseum
Like really
agreed.
good.
Don't touch Echo, don't touch Wrecker. You can fuck around with Hunter
Oh,
if I don't fuck around with Wrecker. He is a good boy. Sorry,
so this is
like
Bad Batch? Yeah.
yeah, this is Bad
Wait,
Batch.
so it's the season, right? It's not over. The series is not over.
If it's over, they left it hella open ended. Like
Really?
it is like painfully open ended. But so
Mm.
good. Yes! Season
Oh yay! So it has been renewed
2!
too. Okay, good.
Season 2! Good because it's like, I'm excited to see because they've done a lot. Like, they said something in episode 15 that it's like, God damn it, Dave Filoni. Now I gotta go rewatch the literal entire series if you actually put that tiny little bit of information in an episode somewhere. Ya bitch.
Yo, bitch.
Like, ugh. Ah!
So when is season two gonna start then? Because we just finished season one. Would it be another year? Another 2 years? What
They
is the
probably
schedule?
aren't gonna do it. It's hard to say. Um, it will probably be next year since it is a show and an animated show at that, and we already have the character
Yeah.
models for everything for most of it anyway.
Yeah, so Disney isn't going to cancel a moneymaker like that for sure. It's surprising because at first I didn't hear a lot of people who really watched the animated what do you call it?
Clone Wars.
Star Wars show,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like so the fact that everyone else like loved the Bad Batch, because it was everywhere. It was even trending on Twitter and stuff. Like people were freaking out over it. Yeah, I highly doubt that they would ever just cancel a show like that.
I well,
Reese's Kids all over the
not
place.
in this
Yeah.
day and age. Not where it's like information is readily accessible to all this stuff. Like
Mm.
we have seen this as we've grown up with different things. And even before our time, a great example of this is Firefly. Nathan Fillion's
Oh,
Firefly.
oh, yes.
It was a very, very good, it was a very well done, it was a very popular and a real cheeky kind of sci-fi show
Yeah.
that it didn't get a good traction because it was kind of before its time. Nathan Fillion, the directors, the writers, all these people are saying it's like if we had done Firefly in this day and age or with this kind of like information,
Audience?
oh, not just the audience, information accessibility that we have in this day and age with like having supercomputers in our pockets and things like
Oh,
that and like these vast, huge, massive social media networks, it would have done better because
oh, okay.
people talk on social media. That's why things
That's
trend.
true.
So it's free publicity, easy publicity in this day and age. Look at what is it, Bird Box? Whatever
The
the
one, the one with the blind, with what's her face? Gosh, I love this
oh,
actress. I literally saw her in Miss Congeniality. What is her name?
it's not.
Oh my God, I am ashamed. What is her name?
Oh,
Sandra Bullock.
there we
Bam.
go. Nice, good job. Nice save. Nice save.
I was like, I literally watched Miss Congeniality like 3 weeks ago.
Right. So it just think about how that worked. It was free publicity from people just talking about it.
Mm.
Right. Nauseum. He's talking about Firefly. That a lot. They kind of did Firefly dirty for other reasons as well. It was kind of a big like a big budget production. And they couldn't really afford it. It was like on network television, and then it got picked up by
Mm-hmm.
Sci-Fi, and Sci-Fi didn't like
Mm-hmm.
the Sci-Fi channel did not want to like invest in the budget anymore, and kind of just killed it.
Yeah.
But they were kind of allowed to have Serenity the movie to just kind of wrap it all up and just be done with it. Um, but Nauseum has a great point. Bad Batch drops at midnight at 12 a.m. on Fridays, and me and my husband can watch it when we
That's
come
so.
home, or we can watch it
Mm-hmm.
on the next day. Along with like things that Netflix is known to do is do big drops of the entire season. Instead of doing
Oh yeah,
episodically, so people can just sit down and binge
binge.
it when they
Yes.
can.
See, that I actually really appreciate. First of all, I'm not a patient woman. I can't sit for a week. Like, because like I can't sit and wait for a week. I had to do that for Loki, and that shit was hard. It was so hard. Just give it to me all at once. Just do that so that I can like process it, like watch it, process it, and be like, okay, this was a good season. 10 out of
hmm
10. Great season. But holy shit, episode like released every single week, like how Disney's doing with their shows, which I mean, granted, it keeps them coming back.
Right.
But oh my God, I feel like if I miss a day, I have to like avoid everything. Don't talk to me. I like can't watch shit on Twitter or Tumblr. or
Mm,
wherever
mm,
because I'll get spoiled because people get so excited. And I'm just like, nah, nah, I can't. I have to avoid the internet.
right.
Oh yes, actually, I love the character of Shepard so much,
Yes.
and I didn't realize because he not only acted in Firefly, he did one other thing I remember watching. 'Cause he was a good actor. Shit, now I can't remember what else he's played in. Anyway, um, and I didn't realize he passed away. Mm-mm,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I heard about it. It's been this year, basically, if I remember correctly.
Mm. He
Yep.
was in Barney.
Hmm.
That was his longest role. Okay. It's like I know I've seen him somewhere else. Hmm.
But Disney's money hungry. Like Nasim has a good point that Disney isn't
Oh yeah.
going to like kill off the golden cow.
No, no.
But it's kind of a good thing that they're not going to kill it off before its time. But I this is also Disney we're talking about. I hope they don't push it past its worth. Like I don't
Oh,
want
they you don't want them to milk them dry.
well, like let's take a look at Supernatural. Supernatural had some great arcs. It was only supposed to last until like season 3. And then you can see them like the writers struggle for
Oh.
a couple of seasons. Like that's a long time for the writers to struggle to like bring it back and back on track and create these new stories and everything like that. And then you go on for another 15 seasons. It
Oh
just
my God.
doesn't.
You can tell there's yeah,
Yeah, and
it's
it
painful.
just let things die. Like SpongeBob should have been done ages ago. Ages
Oh yeah.
ago.
It was rumored the first SpongeBob movie was supposed to be the last of
Right.
SpongeBob.
Mhm.
But Nickelodeon was like, "Oh hell no." Because SpongeBob was the one that's making the most money for Nickelodeon.
Mhm.
And so their longest ranking show
Yep.
or their longest running show, excuse me, you know, and honestly, I'm one of those kids. I loved SpongeBob. I loved SpongeBob. And then in college, I think they had like new writers and stuff like that that kind of killed to me personally killed
Yeah.
the show because then they started doing like gore humor and stuff. It was not good.
No.
And then
Go ahead.
no, well apparently they brought in the new writers like maybe 2 years ago or something, or last year or something. So now it feels more to what SpongeBob was. But even I'm like, okay, just let SpongeBob die, please. Like it had the first great few seasons, just let it die. Let the creators and writers and artists do something new and exciting. Anyway, I'm very protective over SpongeBob.
Well, like not only SpongeBob, but kind of look at Nickelodeon in general and just kind of like any kid show because it's like, oh yeah, we can just keep this going. Fairly Odd
Hmm.
Parents. They really should have ended it fairly early on when they introduced Poof.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's like, oh, okay, it needs to end. Oh, you introduce a new character that kind of does create a new dynamic for Timmy because it's like these are his fairy godparents, but now they have an actual child. So Timmy has to kind of like learn to compete or learn to cope with having what he's probably perceiving as competition. Okay,
Yeah.
that kind of creates a very new dynamic. That's fine. And then they introduce a dog, and it's like, nope, nope. You need to end this. You gotta end it. You can't keep going on like this. So now you have all these new characters that are part of the core group that's just, it's not worth it anymore. You can have a spin-off, take
Mm.
Poof and the dog, like leave Wanda, Cosmo, and Timmy like in their own series and take Poof and the dog and have their own adventure for a couple of seasons. I don't care. You just need to you gotta do something different.
I don't even know if it's still running. I think it's over, right? It got canceled for I
I
don't know how many
don't
times.
know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, honestly, okay. So because we're talking about the excitement of just shows, and I'm big on animation and everything. I'm super excited. I don't know what it is about these group of animators of this generation, of this past, well, would I say decade? The past few years, let's just say, maybe 5 or 6 years. They've really branched out to create shows that are very bizarre and strange and fantastical. Like I love it. I love it. Because for a while we were writing down this, like, well, technically we're still in the series of reboots, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
We're still got to, oh, speaking of reboots, ADHD's kicking in. Did you see the cast release of the Avatar Last Airbender live action show?
I did. I'm very excited for it. Like,
I am too.
the actors weren't terrible in the we do what we do not name. But the fact that
The
we have
movie
like
that
this,
doesn't exist.
the fact that we had a 30-year-old Sokka for that is just like, and Katara is
Mm.
probably like 18, and we have Aang
Mm.
that's like 11. I'm just like, ooh,
Mm.
this makes me extremely uncomfortable.
In the movie that doesn't exist, right?
In the movie that does not exist,
Yeah.
we do not speak of.
The one we don't speak of, right?
I am concerned about it. Just we've talked about this before. I'm just concerned about practical effects. Like, what are they gonna do with Appa?
Mm-hmm.
What are they gonna do with Momo?
Oh,
Like,
see,
what's
that's true. That is absolutely true. I don't know, because we were so critical. We've been burned before. We were so critical in discussing, like, or when the movie came out, because I remember everyone was hyped up about this movie. And then, like, the movie that's not named, that doesn't exist anymore, that when it came out, everyone was so upset. Like, everyone was so upset. Traumatized, yes, there you go. That's exactly right. Nasium, you hit it on the head. Nasium says, I think we're all collectively traumatized by the movie to the point where no one trusts anything Avatar related that isn't animated in the original style.
Yep.
That I agree with.
Yep.
Because now we're like, oh, we've been burned before. You know, hopefully the writers and creators of the show understand that and
Mm.
make it better than it was. Because, bruh, that was rough.
It was
That was rough.
bad. That was
That was so
painful.
bad.
I will
Yeah.
admit that there were some very creative, good things about it. Like the limitations for the firebenders, that they had to have a source of fire, except for someone like Uncle Iroh, who could firebend without a fire source, making him very unique in this
Hmm.
universe. Like he was very unique in the show. And like I do think the actor for Zuko did a really good job.
In the movie?
Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah, okay.
For a kid.
Because he,
For a kid.
yeah, because he was, I think he was the eldest of the group, I believe. So I would say
No.
that he did, who,
No, because
well,
the
of the,
actor for Sokka
oh, that's
is
right, was 30.
Jasper from
Oh,
Twilight, who's a grown ass
you're
man.
right.
And I do feel bad for those kids because it's like the entire show movie that we don't speak of, that does not exist, was kind of put on their shoulders.
Yeah. And they, okay, the way they chose Aang or
Mm-hmm.
Ong or how
Oh,
Aang.
bruh, they pronounced it like at least 5 different ways. I'm not even joking. Like I watched it with a friend who had never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, and like I'm freaking out next to him the entire time. I'm like, it's not Ong, it's Aang, and they each person pronounces it differently. Like
Yeah.
Katara pronounces it differently from Sokka. Sokka pronounces it differently from Zuko. Zuko pronounces it differently from Iroh. Like everybody pronounces it differently.
I I just mm, I just remembered when I do remember that, but I do remember also when they chose the actor for Aang is because he was an actual, like, martial artist. He did those
Yes,
stunts himself.
I forgot about that.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
he was a very talented martial artist fighter kid. And like, in all honesty, I was holding hope that he would do well. And his, like, the fighting stances, everything was great, but it was overshadowed by the shitty CGI.
Shitty
Like,
CGI, shitty writing, shitty directing, just like
yeah.
shitty special effects.
I hope wherever he is, he's doing so much better because they did him wrong in that film. Like, he had the talents. He, like, they just did him wrong. They did him wrong so much.
Yeah.
Didn't they choose the actress for Katara because she was like the daughter of some studio executive? You know what? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah, same.
Like, I honestly would not be surprised if they did. Oh, kind of, I'm pissed off at this movie. So the new show that's
Mm-hmm.
coming out, I saw the cast, and I'm like, okay, this actually looks good. I
They're
love
all
the way they did the
teenagers. They're
cast.
all within the same age group.
Yes, yes, they look like they could be a team for sure.
Bothered
Like,
me
they
the
look
fuck
real good.
out that it was Jasper. I wonder how old he was for that.
For the what?
The actor who played Jasper, who played Sokka as well. I wonder how old he was.
Oh, that's creepy to think about. I don't want to think about it.
Well,
I don't blame the actors there that the movie was Hollywooded to death. It was Hollywooded to death. It was so, it did not feel like Avatar: The Last Bender at all.
mm-mm,
But I am excited to see where the show is going. Not because and you know how a lot of fans,
mm-hmm,
they'll find this like a show and they'll just shit on it because it's a live action.
mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that. I want to give it a chance. I want to give it hope that it would look really, really good. I googled that he was in his mid 20s. The actor was born in 84. Oh,
Yeah, he's currently 36 right now, and it was
oh my
released in
god.
2010, so he would have been 25.
Mm,
25. So it may have taken 2 years ish to film it. That's probably on the long side. So he was probably between 23 and 25 during filming.
damn. Damn.
Ugh. That that has me bothered.
Yeah, granted, yeah. But that was the one show I know that I saw recently. Because again, I haven't
Yes.
have been out of the loop for forever.
You
The past
have
2 weeks.
because you've had to be an adult. That's why you couldn't make it
Yeah.
to last week's podcast.
I still regret it. But I'm glad we did Pretty Princess for our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah,
On
that
the
was
day of our
fun.
anniversary. That really was fun.
I
It
finally
was so dumb.
dethroned you.
Yeah, after 2 wins, and you're like, all right, time to knock this bitch down a peg.
Yep.
But what are some other shows that you're excited for? So I know we talked about this, and I do know you want to get into the meat of all of this. Um, the MCU Phase 4.
Phase 4. I kind of talked about it at the podcast last week, but because I was very anxious, I was stuttering a lot.
Oh, honey.
I
Well, you got
know.
me now.
I
You got
do
me
have
here.
you now.
Explain it to me like I am a little child. What the fuck is going on? Because I've literally missed out on so much.
So
So
much.
much.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so much. So Marvel has these batches of movies and kind of shows at this point that would come out in phases.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like an entire story arc for everything, usually capped by an Avenger movie. Um, and we got this released, I believe, back in like 2019, kind of
Yeah,
mid
I remember that.
2019. And I think it was something that was released right after Endgame. If I could remember correctly, it was right after Endgame, kind of right before Spider-Man Far From Home. And so we got this nice little chunk of what we were perceiving as movies to begin with, and then more information was starting to get out, that we understood that there were going to be shows in this as well, and that was very exciting. Um, so let's see here. Um, so some things kind of fell within where they were supposed to, other things not so much. The first thing that was supposed to happen in phase 4 is Black Widow on May 1st of 2020. So that kind of hurt me personally. I don't know if I've mentioned it in the podcast. I don't even know if I've mentioned it to you, Ricey. My biggest problem with the end of phase 3 was that we had Captain Marvel, like 3 weeks later, we got Endgame, or even a month later, we got Endgame, and then
Mm-hmm.
not even 2 weeks after that, we get Spider Man Far From Home. And that was
Mm-hmm.
all like late April, mostly May, start of June. And so we had this entire very long dead period between that and when we were expecting Black Widow for May 1st of 2020.
Right, right, right.
And then that shit got shot on by COVID. So
Okay,
that's understandable. Global pandemic, we
yes.
can't exactly control that, but they did shove 3 movies together within, I think, 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks of one another.
Yeah.
So they could have just like pushed off Endgame by a month, like an additional 4 weeks from Captain Marvel, and then given us 6 weeks for Spider-Man Far From Home. That would have spaced it out a little bit better. It wouldn't have given us this huge dry spell between Far From Home and Black Widow, but that didn't happen. Then we were supposed to get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier for fall of
Oh
2020.
yeah. Yeah.
The Eternals for
Oh
November
yeah, but
6th.
wait, is the Eternals already out, right?
Mm-mm. Black Widow's the
No,
only
it's
one
not?
out.
Oh shit. Okay.
Shang-Chi is the next thing that is supposed to come out. So the
Which
Eternals
we already
was.
discussed. I'm very excited about. Super stoked.
I am very stoked about that. I am like a huge fight buff. Like I will,
Mm-hmm.
if I obsess about a stunt person, like I will absolutely know if it's that person or not. I've done this before. I like, I'm weird. I know.
No, no, no.
So,
I mean, like I love those fight scenes. I love any fight scene that's really well done. Like, damn.
and like I like fight scenes. I don't like having the same kind of fight scenes. Don't give me just like this beat 'em up, punch 'em kind of fight scene.
Oh
Like
yeah, no.
I want different styles. Like I loved Black Panther because it's like it introduced
You
these
know,
different styles. Like I'm excited for Shang Chi because
you
it's
know who
like
also did really different styles of fighting in a film?
who
Raya the Last Dragon.
they did. You
Oh my
I
God.
We've talked about them before. We will always like refer you to them. Y'all should definitely check out Cinema Wins for Raya the Last Dragon. They go into that.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize. I think he recognized at least 4 different hand-to-hand, unarmed hand-to-hand fighting styles, and then pinpointed at least 3 additional fighting styles with weapons. So someone had a pole
Yes,
arm, he
yes.
recognized that. A sword, he recognized that. So it's like definitely go check out Ride of the Last Dragon. Beautiful, great fight scenes, and the cinema wins for that movie as well. It's fantastic. Um,
I mean, honestly, fight scenes, that was so well animated. But anyway, yes, continue.
no,
I just
you're
had to
good.
point that out.
So we were supposed to get the Eternals and then Shang-Chi, and then we were supposed to get WandaVision in spring of 2021, which would probably lead into the Multiverse of Madness
Oh. Mm-hmm.
because Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was May 7th of 2021. And then Loki was supposed to be slotted after that. But all of that came out really all over the place. We got WandaVision, then Falcon the Winter Soldier, then Loki, then Black Widow, like we're getting Shang-Chi. It's all over the place. And it bothers me greatly. It bothers me a
Okay,
lot.
also yes, and that's fair, but also we're in the middle of a pandemic. Like a pandemic.
I know. Like, because I understand what Black Widow was, like when I saw it. It's leading up to another show. And that makes sense. It still falls within the timeline appropriate, so it's not really ruining its show. Um but like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like that should have been aimed to be done before WandaVision. They put a lot more effort into WandaVision, in my opinion, than they did the Falcon and the
Mhm.
Winter Soldier. But I have complaints about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like a lot of
In which
complaints.
that's the only show that I've yet to see because it's I don't know why. I don't know why,
I will
but
make you watch it.
it's on my to-do list. Listen, I mean,
Girl,
okay,
there's
first of all,
so fucking much on your to-do list.
I know. I'm just okay. So once I get everything settled and I can relax, I intend to binge all these shows. I've missed out on so much, but except Loki. Loki, I had to. I had to watch Loki. That was just too important to me. Fucking Loki, because that shit was good. Damn, that was so good. And I think that's the last show
No.
that I actually like tried, like just sat down and watched. Um,
Yeah, because
yeah,
Loki came out as Pan. Disney let, like,
yeah.
a lot of people want to
And,
complain. It's like, oh, Disney should do more. I'm like, yes, Disney should absolutely do more. But they made a step.
mhm.
Wolfwalker? I've never heard of Wolfwalker.
I
Nauseum.
haven't either. But if it's an animated movie, I'm down. I love shit like that. I love
Absolutely.
animation so much.
Um,
Oh, speaking of, sorry, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say there was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness leading into
Yeah.
Loki. The what ifs that was released Thursday, I think, maybe Wednesday.
Hmm.
Then Hawkeye, um, for fall 2021, and Thor: Love and Thunder for November 5th of 2021, which I'm very excited about.
Oh,
We're getting
yes.
Natalie Portman back. I
I'm
love
so
her.
excited for that too. Yeah.
I'm very excited for it. I'm very curious as to what we're gonna get with that Thor. But all that shit got retconned. All of it. So, in order, what they say is supposed to happen now is WandaVision, Falcon the Winter Soldier, Loki, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, What Ifs, Miss Marvel, Eternals, Hawkeye,
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man No
Hmm.
Way Home. I got some theories about that. Doctor Strange and the
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness,
Right.
Thor Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever, which I'm gonna start a riot if they do not give Shuri the mantle. If they recast Chadwick Boseman or do
Oh.
anything else about that, I will burn the world down. But that
Right.
um the Marvels, let's see here. What are you? This image is super tiny. Why you gotta be so small? Uh it looks like the Young Avengers
Oh, yeah. Wait,
are
that's gonna be a show, right? That's the
I think so, yeah.
okay. I'm trying to because I'm a little confused on what the shows are versus the movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is the first phase that we've ever had shows, unlike with Star Wars, where it could really go either way with most of these.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of these are really hard to see, and I can't see.
A super late reply, but I love all the nerds online who are mad about Loki being panned. Let them be mad. I love it. Stop pushing an agenda. Oh gosh. Yeah, checks notes. Oh wait, oh no. I mean, honestly, if anyone like really looks into Loki lore, mm, yeah, he's
Yeah,
Pan. Oh, he's Pan.
Pan's putting it politely and nicely
Lightly.
and subtly. We're
So
also,
technically Disney,
go ahead.
yeah, so technically Disney wasn't wrong,
I
you
had an
know.
argument with somebody. You know who I've had this argument with.
Yes.
Um, and they're like, well, like, why does this non-consequential character like have to be this way? And I'm like, because there are people that really like this character and only read
Hmm.
his anything he is in or only his books or comic books. Also, Loki and Thor are the only characters based off a religious figures. Like we have others inspired by religious figures, but these
Oh
characters are
yeah.
based off religious figures, and it is disrespectful to continue to claim that these characters based off these religious people are not what they are. Like at least in
Hmm.
the comic books, they acknowledge that and accept that and reference the religious history. I guess is the best way I can come up with the phrases. But like, what if someone took Jesus and made him gay? Like, how
Yeah.
would you feel
Well,
about
did you
that?
see? Okay, did you actually see? It's been going on TikTok and making a rounds on the internet. That the portray like the picture of what Jesus, who Jesus is, that was created. Let me see if I can. I don't want to. Hold up.
Well, you look that
It
up.
was.
I'm very excited that Moon Knight is supposed to be coming next year. I'm so fucking excited
Whoa.
for that. It's gonna have Oscar Isaac starring in it. I don't know Moon Knight. I have friends that really like Moon Knight. I'm just very excited to get these other minor characters coming in. Also, I'm deeply concerned about Miss Marvel. Hang on, before I go off on my ADD tangent, we got
Hmm.
Moon Knight, we get She-Hulk. I'm excited. Give me a powerhouse
Oh
woman.
no, I was about to say that's going to be very interesting to see She-Hulk because I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm very excited to see a
Me.
powerhouse woman, but when I say it's going to be odd, I feel like it's odd. Well, then again, I can also say that about Moon Knight. Like it's because
These
they're
are
not
minor characters. These aren't our main
exactly
Avengers, but
our
we've
major
lost
ones.
most
Yeah,
of our main Avengers at this point.
that's true. That is true.
But
That
we
is
have
true.
confirmation for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for May 5th of 2023. Hey, Ricey, you want to take me for my
Was
birthday
it
2
May
years
5th?
from now?
Yes, if I can remember that 2 years from now with my ADD, sure.
And then I am so fucking excited for this. I'm very curious as to what if this is going to be animation, live action, a show, a movie, what. We're getting Blade
Okay,
for
so we should look
2023.
it
It's
up.
after Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not going to be Wesley Snipes because
That's what I was about to say.
let's be
It's
honest.
not going to be Wesley Snipes.
Let's actually take a step back and analyze this.
Mm-hmm.
Blade is a Marvel Studios production,
Mm-hmm.
but the Wesley Snipes one is a lot more true to the comic books and the blood and the gore and all that stuff.
I love Wesley
And
Snipes,
like it is
but Wesley Snipes played.
amazing. It is so good. But unfortunately, it doesn't really fit in the style of
Mm-hmm.
the
What they're
MCU.
creating, yeah. Unless, and this is my thing, because the Multiverse of Madness is supposed to be a horror film, right?
Yeah.
If they can use that to push what the MCU has been into something a little bit more different, then I can see Blade following up from that. Because okay, first of all, Blade is not even it's not even a horror film.
But it's
Would it be
gore.
it is gore. It's like a action flick, horror action flick, whatever those things were in the early 2000s because you know you had Blade and you had Underworld and you had
Mm-hmm.
all these, right?
Yeah.
Um so I hope that branching off from what the MCU normally is into something a little bit more like, different
Hmm.
might put Blade into being okay, yeah, maybe not as gory, but still with that kind of action and fight scenes and yeah. Blade is such a mess, but it's so underrated. Yes, it is. Because I watched the trilogy earlier this year with my husband because he's never seen it. First Blade, 10 out of 10. The second one, it was shit. It was shit. It was just second Blade was absolute garbage. Third Blade, it was less garbage, and I really liked it. And also Ryan Reynolds, but also
Yes.
really fun. Like I really enjoyed the third film. Second film was just the second film was awful.
Ooh. Dawson, you gotta check
Oh,
out
you
the
know,
third film. You gotta.
okay, the third film has Ryan Reynolds.
Gotta do it,
Check it
man.
out.
Gotta do it.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Also, I gotta write myself a note. I need to like I need to go off about your husband and my husband, but I need to go off about your husband at some point. Little brat that he is. Being a little
And I love my
goblin
little
with
brat.
my husband. Mm.
Oh yeah.
But that can be later. So like I am extremely excited for phase 4. I would have been okay with a lot of this stuff being pushed into phase 5 or whatever. I'm surprised they have added so much because they have added Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Wakanda Forever, the
Oh yeah, yeah.
Marvels, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Blade, and I guess this is Young Marvels? I don't really know what this is. This may be Fantastic Four though, which
Oh gosh, I forgot about that too.
we don't need another goddamn
No, because this will be the third iteration of Fantastic Four, right?
third.
Because we had the first one with what was now Steve Rogers. I remember that. And
Hmm.
Jessica Alba. That was the very first one.
Yeah.
And then they did a more recent one in
Oh
late
no.
2010s. That was garbage. Like it was shit.
Yeah.
And then because that was the most recent one and they're doing it again, I'm just like, no, no, just let it die. But I get why they're trying to do it. But I'm also like, let it die. Mm. Oh, let's
Uh,
see. We're doing Terminator 1 and 2. Oh, last October we did straight horror. Then November we did an event called Time Vember. Oh, Tim Vember, Tim Curry. Yes. See, that sounds awesome.
that sounds great. My vote. I love Tim Curry. My
Yeah,
vote
yeah.
would be Muppet Treasure Island.
Move a Church Island first, always. Always and
Oh,
forever.
I forgot
Oh,
about
wait, what
that
about Clue?
too. Clue?
What?
Oh, Clue's very good.
Yeah.
Nasia mentioned that he was in one of the Scooby Doo movies with the Hex Girls. And he was the manager, right? Or was he the
Oh, I don't
villain?
remember that.
But no, like Clue's very good. Actually, speaking of Clue, I think you can watch Clue with ads for free on YouTube.
Can you?
Oh,
I'm glad that YouTube has like is putting on movies like old school movies that they're not that great, but I remember them and I appreciate them.
mm-hmm. I
I'm so
mean,
glad that
they've
they're
been
doing that.
doing this for a while too. For a
Yeah,
while.
but they keep adding movies, and I'm here for them.
And they'll take stuff down. That's not that big of a deal, but I mean, yeah,
But
it's
anyway, I'm
Tim
sorry,
Curry. It
you
would
were
make sense
continuing.
that he would have to be the villain. So you're right, Nauseum. You were saying? Sorry.
Um, shit, I forgot. I was about to say you were continuing your timeline, and we we were shitting on Fantastic Four because oh my god, it needs to go. I loved the early was it 2000s Fantastic Four
Yeah.
and like the what was it Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
That I
Actually,
mean those were good,
I was talking to
good
my
in the
husband
Steve.
about
Sorry
this, but the guy who
about.
does Silver Surfer, who did this
Hmm.
Silver Surfer, he's actually a very, very famous actor, and I think I've mentioned to you about this like documentary. But he's the same actor that did. Abe from Hellboy. So he's
He act
that actor.
Yeah, because he does a lot of characters that use prosthetics like that.
Hmm.
Like he does do a lot of that. Because he's
So,
not only Abe, he does a lot of stuff for Guillermo del Toro as well in other
oh
films.
yeah, he's in like Pan's Labyrinth. He's at least two things. He's Pan in the what?
Mhm.
Pellman? Is that the proper name? Um,
I don't remember what the name was.
like the one with the eyeballs and
Oh
the
yes, the Pale
hands.
Man.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Like I don't know, but everybody knows once you described who it is. He is in Hello, Fluffy Baby. In I know Hellboy 2, he is not only Abe, but he is the Angel of Death,
Mm-hmm.
which
Which is
holy
amazing, by the
shit.
way.
Oh my god. See, this
Oh
is
my
like
god.
I think this is why like I have a problem with a lot of CGI because I get spoiled by practical effects like that. It's just so good. It's so good. So he'll do like multiple roles for the same
Yes.
movie, and it's like he is amazing.
Yeah, Nasia mentioned as well. He is a contortionist, so he basically an expert on making movements seem unreal or unhuman. And
Hmm.
he's great. And I love him for it. Like he's amazing. He's amazing. And I it just
He's
damn, he's
also
amazing.
classically trained as a mime.
Oh yes, that's true.
Hmm.
They did a there was an interview. Actually, you can watch it on YouTube
Hmm.
of who he is. Like he does an interview of who he is, what he did, and how he got picked up to be
Hmm.
the actor who can play like in prosthesis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you know how hard that is to do. Like damn.
Yeah.
But there's the interview with him because I watched it recently and it's on YouTube if you guys want to check him out.
It's so good.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
It's
Who
something
else
like
saw the horse?
David.
It's something I'll only admit once. I'm going to read it so that it will be stuck in history forever. I took a lot of mime classes as a kid, and it's sort of hard to explain how good he is at isolating the movements of every joint that he does. Damn.
Hmm.
I can't take mime classes because I can't shut up. That's my problem.
Doug Jones
Oh, that's
is,
his name?
uh-huh, Doug Jones.
Oh, dang.
Hmm.
Hella talented. Just that man
Oh
is
my
just
god, he's
very, very talented.
so talented. Um, but no, actually, I would really love to see him in a Marvel movie. I'm not sure what I would want to see him in. I almost kind of want to see him in uh a multiverse kind of situation. I would love to see him in Multiverse of
Oh.
Madness just because it would be the start, but it wouldn't anything multiverse related. I would love to see him as like this very horrifying creature or I
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
or
You would
I
make
would
it
love to
so
see
much
him
more
in
terrifying.
Blade.
Also good.
Right?
Also a good one. Yeah. I just goodness. Sorry.
We're all over the
We've been
place.
off track on all over the place. But yes, I love that actor so much. Because he doesn't he also play the mermaid man in Shape of Water as well? He does a
He
lot of
is.
stuff for Guillermo del Toro. Like
He
he does
does.
so much for him. Um, but moving on, we keep we keep being sidetracked. She-Ra, Fantastic
What?
Four. Was that the last one that we have?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about Doug Jones for a minute.
That man is just amazing. That talent. He's sort of like the Andy Serkis, just
Hmm.
makes a character for him to show off his talent. Yeah. And he seems so just humbled and proud of his work. Like he's just very, very
Holy shit, he did
man,
a
that man's
voice.
talented.
He did a voice in DuckTales, like the 2020 DuckTales.
Wait, no fucking way. Who was
Yeah.
it? Or was it just a random character?
He was the Were-Duck or slash demonic
Oh,
clown from The Trickening. So he was
yeah.
those
Oh,
two
wow.
characters.
Yeah, because that was the Halloween episode.
It
That's
was. It was a
interesting.
very good episode. I really enjoyed it.
It really was good. I'm so sad DuckTales is over. I mean, I'm glad they did what they did, but I'm still sad that it's over.
As like they did a good job ending it. Could have
Yeah.
thrown in a few more episodes and kind of
I
padded
well,
it
I
out a
think
little bit, but they didn't go overboard. So,
no, they didn't. But I also think that Disney kept cutting their budget because
hmm
um, they had to keep separating their seasons. It was bad.
um,
But
hang
anyway,
on, hang
uh,
on. I'm gonna just completely just like yeet this train off its track.
oh God,
2015.
okay.
Okay, hear me out though. Hear me out because
All right, I'm
like
hearing you out.
Doug Jones,
Doug
2015.
Jones, 2015.
He was the character, the operator in Always Watching a Marble Hornet Story.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a Marble Hornet Story. Hang on, I'm clicking on it. Holy shit.
That's not possible.
It looks like it. Always Watching a Marble Hornet Story is a 2015 American found footage supernatural horror film directed by James Moran and starring Chris Marquette, Jake McDorman, Doug Jones, Alexandra
No fucking
Breckenridge,
way.
and Alexandra Holden. In some country, it was Marble Hornets. The operator. The film was released on video on demand, April 7, 2015. Open select theaters. The movie is a film adaptation of the YouTube web series Marble Hornets, inspired
Marble
by the
Hornets, yeah.
Slenderman online mythos. Whole, this might be what I remember seeing back in like 2012 and 2013. Because I don't know if you.
Damn.
No, do you remember hearing that there was going to be a Slenderman movie years ago?
Yes. I mean, there was technically a Slender Man movie, but people don't talk about it because it was shit.
There's been two apparently. Because there's this
Mm.
one, because it's a Marble Hornet story, which was the original um sensation was Marble Hornets for Slenderman on YouTube. There were games
Yes.
as well, but for a theatrical kind of style production, Marble Hornets were the original. I think back in like 2019 or something, there was
Yeah.
another Slenderman movie, but I think this is supposed to be canonical to the Marble Hornet show
Oh, okay.
because it was talked about. There were clips of it going around, and then it just disappeared off the face of the earth. This may be what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see.
Do you want to
Look
watch
at
it
us
with me?
cracking the code.
You want to watch it with me?
Uh, Bitch, I don't watch scary movies like that. You know I don't. I'm scared.
That's why you've
I,
asked
so
me asked to come watch.
no. Okay, so this is the thing. If I watch a horror movie, I have to watch. I know this is so bizarre. I have to watch a horror movie by myself because I get embarrassed when I get scared. So I'm just like, I have to watch it on my own or with my husband, but mostly like I'll watch it on my own in bits and pieces on my own time
You're not
because
gonna
I'm too
watch it with
scared.
your wife?
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't show weakness. I can't do it. But yes.
Do what I do. Find the smallest screen you can put it on and sit as far as physically
What is
away
it?
as you can from it and watch
I
it.
can't know because if it's a good story, I'm invested and I am like hooked. You know how fucked up I was watching Hereditary?
Who?
And I watched that on my own. And like I watched that on my own and then when I finally saw it and like knew everything and saw everything, I then eventually watched it with my friends. And then it was funny watching them freak out. That's the kind of that to me that brings me up most joy. But when I watch a horror movie, I have to watch it first on my own. Hereditary can get scary at times, but you shouldn't lose your. Oh my god! Damn it, Ossie, you got me. Damn it. That show was terrifying. And then I watched Midsommar, and that one to me was
Oh,
less scary, but like it was less scary. I was more pissed off at these asshole characters, and I was rooting for the main character. Like,
I've heard
that
a
part was
lot of
so
people
fucked up.
complain about Midsummer. Um,
I liked Midsummer.
I think they're complaining about it because of its representation of like pagan culture kind of situation. Like it's this
Oh,
Hollywood sensationalized pagan culture.
I mean, true. That is fair. Anything Hollywood, like, yeah, that's fair. Oh, I watched Signs as a kid. Can look out my bedroom and for 3 months I was so bad at horror movies. Yeah, same. I actually didn't appreciate horror movies until I was in my adulthood. Um,
It depended
because
on the horror movie for me. Some I could
yeah,
handle better than others, but I was a kid that got really, really bad nightmares very easily, as a little
same.
kid.
Same. I mean, I have very vivid dreams,
Hmm.
and when I have nightmares, it's awful. Holy shit, it's awful. So I try not to watch horror movies, but now as an adult, I'm like, okay, I know how to control my dreams better. I know how to, it's fine.
You know how
Like
to
I'm not too
not
worried about it.
suspend your disbelief while watching it, or
Yes.
keep that more in control, because sometimes you can't really help it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, you have really
Yeah.
vivid dreams of me punching you, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we already discussed that before. I want to one day do a podcast of all the weird dreams I've had. Like, because I can go hours because I have dream journals and stuff. I still remember a dream I had in high school. Actually, I still remember a dream I had when I was a child that involved the Lion King. That was a reoccurring dream that picked up right where I left off the night before. That shit was awesome. I wish I could do that again. But anyway, um,
I don't
let's
always
see,
remember
neighbor's
my
house.
dreams. I remember
Oh
most of
hell
my
no.
nightmares. Like
I
I
have
can I can look at them now as an adult and I'm like, yes, I still remember and understand very vividly why they scared the piss out of me so bad.
mm,
Um, but looking at them now, I'm just like, damn, I had an imagination.
oh true. Speaking of your neighbor's house looking really similar to the barn, I've been house hunting.
Oh,
I'm
that's
I'm
what
like
she's had to be
sidetracking.
adult
This is
for.
Yeah. So this is why I'm been like in and out of a lot of my streams. I haven't streamed at all this week because I'm moving. I'm technically moving and I'm finding a house. Um, and my dear co-host, Mickey, and my dear husband are trying to kill me because they're like, "Oh, you should check out these haunted
Bruh,
houses," or "Oh, you should
bruh,
look at this house, this
bruh,
1920s house in the
bruh,
South." Mind you, I am
bruh.
a person of color, and I don't deal with that shit. Oh, hell no, hell no. I know. Okay,
Bruh.
I am a
I'm
Latina.
just
I
trying.
am a Latino. Shibboleth. I am a Latino woman. We believe in those spirits and we know never to mess. Don't fuck with the spirits. Don't fuck with them spirits. You know,
Don't
no.
be
And
suspicious. Don't
my
be
husband found a
suspicious.
1920s home that he really liked that looks so haunted that I'm just like, are you trying to get me killed? Like,
Okay,
am
at
I the
least
only one
mine, at
in?
least the ones I've been suggesting are just scary as fuck and it might be
No,
possessed
it's
and haunted.
haunted.
No, your husband keeps
No.
pulling in ones
He
with haunted items, like that haunted painting or those haunted dolls. Your husband's
Those
trying.
haunted fucking dolls. No, the house itself, it's not just the haunted painting. The house itself is haunted. Like, if you look in those rooms, there are just some haunted fucking houses. There's another one that you told, like, when we first started looking at houses, there
Okay,
was
but
one
like,
house that was like, oh, it looks really nice on the inside. I mean, the outside. And then when you look in, that shit was haunted.
I told you, there's
I went to
only
just see it.
one house per neighborhood allowed to be haunted
No,
at the time. And it's
no,
across the street. It's across the
No,
street.
no,
Yes.
that house was haunted. The house across the street was haunted. The whole block was haunted because there was hardly anyone living in that neighborhood. It was a dying neighborhood. Nobody was living in that neighborhood. They had these houses that were decrepit and falling apart that people were, you can tell they were trying to sell these houses. And I'm like, it's because the whole fucking block is haunted. You
Mhm.
can't tell me otherwise. That whole place is haunted. And I'm like, nah, that's why people wanted to leave
So if
there.
the whole place
Hell
was
no.
haunted, then it's
Hell
built
no.
on ancient.
Haunted neighborhood.
It's
Yep, it's
buried on
built
a.
on ancient ground.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I ain't about that. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I'll try. I'll sell you a haunted house, but it's like if it's on ancient burial ground, that's disrespectful. We gotta get that shit off of it.
Mm. Also, I
Hey,
feel like
hey,
it's
I'm not trying to
reoccurring.
kill
Yes,
you by doll. I'm not trying to kill you by doll.
that's
That's your
true.
husband. That's your white boy husband.
I just moved in because of that work. I haven't been on Twitch in like a month. Yeah, same. It's difficult trying to balance that out. Everyone's selling, coming back at midnight, checking if you. I'm telling you, these kids are trying to kill me. I feel like I'm the only person in the entire film with any common sense. And because I'm the person in this horror film with any common sense, I'm going to be the first to die. Come on now. That's how it
Oh,
always is.
no.
I love how you changed our topic to ADD gone wild. Because it really
I
is.
mean,
But
it's
anyway,
true. It's true.
that is
This is
absolutely
kind of
true.
what the entire chat has been about. It's like we've talked like I'll throw it in the subcategory in a little bit that we talked about like movies and shows and shit, but it's like this is just our ADD just going gone.
Tell you guys that that's been my the past few weeks. I've been looking at houses and telling my husband, "No, we cannot have this haunted house. We're not doing a haunted house.
Okay,
Like we are
at the
going to."
very least, when you showed me your husband's latest pick for haunted
Oh
houses,
my
I'm
God,
like,
with the
no,
dolls.
no,
So
girl.
I don't understand. I don't understand how people can take pictures of their freaking porcelain dolls and put them in the photo to sell their house. That makes no sense unless they do it too. Like that they're telling you, "Oh, hey, the dolls come with the house if you buy the house." And then I'm like, "Oh, hell no. Fuck those dolls.
I was about to say
Hell no."
we're gonna have a burning party.
Oh my God. I gotta burn sage. I'm gonna call a priest. I don't even know. My husband's trying to kill me.
Yeah, we're just gonna grow
He's, try-
sage and
he's
transport
literally
it to a
trying to kill
fire
me.
pit, and then we're just gonna bake this huge bonfire and burn all those dolls. That'll be great.
I kid you not. He's just trying to kill me. I remember when my dad was buying a house after my parents split, he kept choosing places I swear I could smell sulfur just by looking at the ceiling.
I
I'm
don't
telling
think
you.
Ricey's had that experience yet, but I think her
No,
husband
but
is
you know,
honing on it.
but do you know those houses? Like, okay, there's some houses that you can tell haven't been renovated in a very long time
Yes.
that has that church carpet that you can just smell. And if you
Mm-hmm.
see it in the pictures, you can just smell the picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've seen. Church carpet.
Yep.
Like, and I know anyone who knows what church carpet is, I mean, they have a distinct smell and they all smell the same. But
Admittedly, church carpet is just so soft when you're barefoot. It's so plush.
admittedly, but they smell the smell.
I was about
No.
to say, but it's like that's some old ass carpet, and it's gonna smell like feet.
Anyway, I actually have to head off soon because I have to do more adult stuff today.
Yeah.
Um, so let's go ahead and wrap up and tell us who you are, Abby.
I'm Abmi Kiri. You can find me here, on Twitch. I don't do anything on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. I'm constantly shit talking with Ricey over there. It's at Kiri, spelled the same way I have it here. I'm in other places. I'm not as active. But yeah. Who are you, Ricey?
I am a bowl of ricey. I do Twitch streaming here on Twitch at a bowl of ricey. I also have a Twitter at a bowl of ricey. And if you like cosplays, but I haven't done any in a while because I'm moving and I have no free time anymore. I also have an Instagram for my cosplays, Bestless Cosplay, if you want to check that out. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Where can they find both of us?
Here at What's Your Opinion podcast on Twitch and or What's Your Opin 10 on Twitter. The number 10. So, What's Your Opin 10 on Twitter. And we usually we try to keep up with our Twitter and any kind of news that we see. However, again, I've been very bad at it because I've been gone.
And
But
you're
I want to do
also like
better.
not keeping up.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Girl, you're gonna have a binge session as soon as you get like internet at your new place. You gotta catch
Oh
up.
yeah.
You gotta catch up,
Yeah.
girl. Girl, girl. You're gonna lose your shit. Like, oh my god, Owl House is so good. It's so good.
I know. Just good Lord. But yes, thanks, Nasia. I appreciate you chatting with us. You helped with our ADD. Just go crazy. But yeah, and that's everything, I think.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna go. We go bye bye.
I guess you're going bye.
Bye.
You go bye.